Y'all would not stop asking me how to make this build, so today, guess what we're gonna do? I'm not even gonna tell you. You've seen the title and the thumbnail. Use your context clues. If you don't understand what I'm going with this, I don't even know what to say. But real quick, I'm just going to give you an update on how far I am on this build. We're a two-way stretch playmaker, as you guys can see. At 99, this build is a beast. Park dunks, 80 ball handle, really good defense. Oh, and it can obviously shoot. I don't think I've played any Maker since last video, so the badges are typically the same. I'm going to go over them really quickly. If you really want to know what I'm rocking with this limited amount, I guess you could just screenshot. But yeah, man, let me show you guys how to actually make it now. Now, one thing about this build, it reaches its max potential at 99. Some of y'all probably like that, but some of y'all probably just like to see what the build can do off the rip, and obviously it gets a little bit better, but this build unlocks key animations at 99 overall. We're gonna go power forward. Handedness and jersey number always don't matter. Why not number 6? You know, shout out Miami Heat LeBron, and I guess Lakers LeBron now. Now, a lot of y'all probably have no idea what pie chart this is gonna be because it has basically 3 archetypes in the name. We got two-way, we got stretch, and we got playmaker. Those are all separate pie charts. As you guys can see, like the bottom 3/2 of those little pie chart indicator things are all in the same build name. But this is the actual pie chart you want to use. I'm not sure if you can make it with any other pie chart. I might have to test it out, but this is probably the best pie chart you can go with. Now, in my opinion, I always like having builds, unless they're like a post score or something, to have the most speed possible. So I'm going to go with the all speed physical profile. Now, this obviously is a very rare build name. Not many people have the two-way stretch playmaker, especially on current gen. It's a little bit more common on next gen, but obviously when you have a rare build, the stats are going to be always the most ideal. But for the most part, this build still is going to be really solid. You don't have to sacrifice very much to get the build name, but for the most part, this build is still really solid despite having a very rare name. So I'm very excited to show y'all this build because y'all seen the gameplay on it. If you haven't, I will leave some gameplay links in the description. Last video I went to the 1v1 course, so make sure you go check that out just to see what this build can do. But anyway, I'm just talking too much. Let's get straight into the attributes. Now, for your finishing, you want to max out your driving layup and your driving dunk right here. Boom. We don't get any more than 1 finishing badge, but hey, you get a layup and you get a dunk. You get the long athlete layup package, I believe, at 96. Park dunks at 99. Pretty key attributes. You're gonna be isoing on this build, so when you get to the basket, you just want to make sure that you make the shots inside. You're not gonna be backing anybody down, doing any standing dunks, post hooks, or close shots. You just want to drive and not miss the shot. Now, for our shooting, we do have to manipulate the numbers a little tiny bit just to get the build name. We want to max out our midi, but we actually have to take off 1 attribute right here. The rest we're gonna basically just max out, except for our post fade is going to a 71 right here, giving us 20 shooting badges. But fun fact, if you do just not want your driving layup at all, you could put this all the way in on your post fade. You get 3 more shooting badges, but I just think kind of having a driving layup is very important. But if you want the extra badges, you can do that if you really want to. Personally, I don't really think that's the best way to make the build, so I didn't go that way. You do have to manipulate even more numbers on the playmaking. You can't go past a 70 passing accuracy right here, but we don't get any badges because that's not very high, so we're gonna want to max with our ball handle and our post control. We don't really do much post moves, but hey, I guess it's kind of nice to have. But like I said, if you want playmaking badges, you have to have post control unless you're comfortable with 9 playmaking badges, which I definitely think is not a good choice because you can't go higher on your passing accuracy. So we're going to max out our post control, get a nice 19 playmaking badges. For the defense, obviously we are a two-way stretch playmaker, so that just makes you assume that the defense is going to be pretty nice, and it is. So we're going to max out basically everything right here: interior defense, perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, block, defensive rebound. Now we got 3 more attribute points remaining, so we're going to put this on our offensive rebound, giving us 9 defensive badges. So the final badge count: 1, 20, 19, and 9. Now trust me, I want to get a little bit more defensive badges, but you can't really change this. Again, layups probably like the least important attribute on this build that doesn't give us any badges, so you can do this, but you do not get the two-way stretch playmaker name. You do get an extra defensive badge, but I'm sure if you're making a build like this, you want to get the two-way stretch playmaker name. Otherwise, you'd probably just max out your passing accuracy, upgrade your midi a little bit more. But hey, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to make the best two-way stretch playmaker. So I just set all our attributes back to normal. Let's hop into the body shape. I went with a pretty small one. I think I went with slight, and the reason for that is we're gonna have a pretty high weight on this build to get the two-way name, so I want it to look smaller, so I don't want to look like just a giant player, because I wasn't going for that type of look on this build. Now for the height, you want to go 6'7". I'm pretty sure it's the only height you can go with. And for the weight, like I was saying, you want to max this out. We do take a little bit of a hit in our speed, but that +6 interior defense is honestly worth it, and if you were to go a little bit lower, you might be able to get the name, but I just went all out on the weight. I'm not sure what the actual threshold is to get the name, but I just want to max because we got a really good interior defense, and we get the name. Now, the perfect wingspan on this build is 86 inches. The reason this is the perfect wingspan, this is the highest you can go without losing your ball control, because obviously at a 75 you do unlock certain packages, but you just miss out on that 80 at 99 overall, which kind of sucks. We still get park dunks, we still get an 85 and an 86 midi at 99 overall. Our defense goes up, we don't lose very much at all. We basically just gain a lot more attributes and only lose a little tiny bit of shooting. Now, what's very interesting about this build is the takeover option. You can go with post scoring takeover because of our post control and our max weight. I don't advise it. You know, with playmaker, that's always a good choice. Shot creating, that's a good choice, is what I went with. Sharpshooting is probably the best takeover, but I'm trying to be like on my Duke Dennis 2K19 ISO shot creator stretch big vibes, you know, so I went with shot creating takeover, and as you guys can see, we have built probably one of the dopest build names in the game, a two-way stretch playmaker with shades of Jason Tatum, Tobias Harris, and Jeremy Grant. Now, I'm sure not all of you care about this, but I am going to show you guys what badges I would rock with if I had this build maxed out. So if you're going to dip out right now, all I ask is you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We post cool, rare build content all the time, but if you are interested, we're going to get into that right now. Now, your one finishing can honestly go on whatever. I typically run slithery finisher just to get better finishes around the rim. I understand maybe bronze post riser or limitless takeoff, but I personally just think that slithery finisher is the best option. Maybe you want to go with lob city finisher, I'm not really sure. Maybe some fearless finisher, but I'm just going to go with slithery. I'm going to go over what shooting badges I think are the best. I obviously want to go with some snipers, some blinders, and you guys know I did have shot creating takeover, so I'm going to put on Circus 3's Hall of Fame, difficult shots, maybe silver. I'm not planning on taking too many fading middies, so I'm going to just go with gold stop and pop and gold chef, so we get a little bit of our range. Maybe if you're not going shot creating takeover, I understand not wanting Circus 3's. I would throw this on probably hot zone, maybe take off difficult shots, put this on Hall of Fame stop and pop, Hall of Fame chef. But honestly, like I said, I chose shot creating takeover for a reason, so I'm going to go with what I originally had. And for our playmaking badge, we have 19, not the craziest amount, but definitely enough to get the job done, especially if you're running the 1v1 court. You're not going to need any playmaking or passing badges. Obviously there's still playmaking badges, but I meant like floor general, bailout, glue hands, any of those. So first I'm just going to go with the best 1v1 court badges will be, because that's probably what I'm going to be playing on this build the most on. Hall of Fame quick first step, handles for days, unpluckable, always are basically necessary in every build you have. Probably throwing some quick chain in there, probably silver tight handles in our last badge. I think I should put this on space creator just in case we're doing some hot jumpers with our shot creating takeover. You can do something like this. But if you actually want to be a good teammate and actually have people to run with who just don't hate you because you're a selfish little bitch, I'll rock with bronze bailout, maybe some silver bullet passer. And if you want to be a real teammate, maybe you could take off quick chain and drop your unpluckable down to silver, because I heard they nerfed the crap out of pickpocket, so that means unpluckable doesn't need to be as high. I'll maybe throw on some floor general, maybe some Hall of Fame bullet passer, maybe some silver dimer. You could go post playmaker if you went with post takeover. Most people probably didn't though, so I'll probably just throw this on dimer, bullet passer, whatever. Now for our defense, I'm first gonna go over what I would rock with on the 1v1 court. Silver clamps, probably some bronze rebound chaser in there. Bronze chaser on us is absolutely incredible, but you need to have at least bronze dribble protector. Like I said, pickpocket did get nerfed a lot. We have 4 more, so I'm probably gonna just throw this on intimidator and maybe bronze pogo stick or post move lockdown. I'm not 100% sure which is the best. Actually, against post scores, I haven't really tested out, but I assume that ball stripper would be very nice. I haven't really used it, but I'll have to let you guys know if I do end up testing this badge out. But if we're just using this build normally and you're running the 3 in the park, I would probably go with gold rebound, bronze dribble protector, bronze chase down, and then probably silver intimidator, maybe bronze, probably not. You're not gonna play too many post scores in the park, so this is probably what I'll run with if you're running the 3 in the park. So yeah, this is how you make my two-way stretch playmaker build. I'm sorry this isn't the most entertaining video, but I had a lot of y'all asking, so I had to put y'all on. Expect some more content on it. I really want to get this build at 99 overall as soon as possible. This is probably one of the best 1v1 court builds in the game. I really like playing on the 1v1 court this year. It's definitely not as difficult as the last couple years, so I love to see it. I just enjoy playing the ones. But yeah, like I said, that's gonna wrap it up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go comment water bottle so I know you're a real one, and I'll catch you on the next video. Have a good one. Peace.